Wait about 15 seconds, and then you're good to go. Drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, 4 hours a day, 7 days a week, longer than expected. And enjoy a night of music. And I'm Taylor Trache. Thanks for joining us. 2 armed men robbed workers at the Black Hawk Internet Cafe in Palaca late last week. Welcome back. 6 months after escaping from Mexico's highest security prison, drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman has been recaptured. Well, James and Jenna, this is certainly a much-needed facility in the Ocala community. And after months of construction, guests can finally walk through these doors and enjoy a night of music. Back in 2000, the number of animals euthanized was more than 8,000. In order to help out with overcrowding at animal services, ACHS pulled 8 cats from them this morning. You would be surprised Alliance Dairy Farms recycles cow manure in many ways, one of them to make bedding for the cows. I put my nose into a handful of the bedding, and there was actually no smell at all. About 70% of all the electricity on this dairy farm comes from these cows' manure, helping to run this milking parlor and another one like it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All you need to do is insert your card at the bottom of the device, wait about 15 seconds, and then you're good to go.
The road teams were 4-0 for the first time ever, which is very interesting, but something I feel like we might have alluded to already on this show.
What do you think is going to happen this weekend?
Here you go. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Chiefs, Steelers, Seahawks, Packers win. No home team wins this weekend. You heard it here first.
I think that's a very bold prediction, Connor. I think you're underestimating the power of a home field advantage, so I think you might be wrong on that one.
We'll see.
You're right, I have to admit that. But I'm glad you have video proof because that conversation, it's all a blur. And I'm Taylor Trache. Thanks for joining us. FDLE has confirmed Detective Zach Zedalis and Sergeant Kathleen Zedalis were involved in a confrontation that escalated into physical altercation in late July. Thanks, Amanda. Presidential candidates have turned their fight to the replacement of Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia, who died over the weekend at age 79. North Central Florida has flirted with winter weather for a few weeks, but it might finally be here to stay. And caught on camera, snow in Gainesville. I am actually very upset that I missed that. I mean, I had the game on, but let's face it, the only thing worth watching was those adorable little wiener dogs that were frolicking through the field in that one commercial.
How can I just assume you would say something like that?
More than 30 Gainesville bus stops are being improved to meet the Americans with Disabilities Act standards. Leah Shields joins us now live. Hundreds of Alachua County residents dressed to the nines on Saturday night, ignoring the cold and rainy weather with an important purpose in mind. It was definitely much warmer than today than it has been, but we'll see if that lasts. Amanda, how cold can we expect temperatures to get after the front? The 4-mile widening of State Road 40 west of Ocala is taking several months longer than expected, and Zika fears have become part of the equation.
I don't know about you, but Shiba Inus are my favorite dog breed by far.
Well, Marie, while those are cute, Siberian Huskies are my favorite breed in my book, but our votes aside, labs actually might be wagging their tails a little more these days. The American Kennel Club says labs are in their 25th year as the top U.S. dog breed. Florida's controversial week-long bear hunt is officially over after 2 days. Officials with the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission say they were surprised by the number of bears killed on the first day. For the hunt, the FWC split the state into 4 areas, and once the hunt started, hunters had 12 hours after killing a bear to turn it in at a check station. Along with documenting the condition of the bears brought into these check stations, a biologist places this blue tag on the back of the bear's leg. These tags do not come off and ensure the bear was officially checked in. 295 bears were killed over the weekend, a bit shy of the quota of 320. In the eastern panhandle, hunters killed almost triple the number of the harvest objective, with quotas met and even surpassed. The FWC decided to close half of the hunting areas after the first day. FWC estimates the bear population in Florida to be about 3,500, but the population hasn't been tallied since 2002.
Just seeing these bears, it's one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
Protesters rallied against the hunt at several check stations around the state on Saturday.
Enough is enough, so we're going to start speaking out. And me personally, I'm going down with the ship. I'm going to give it my best shot. I've made it my goal. If these bears today and in the state of Florida, they're not going to die in vain.
Opponents also took to social media concerned about the death of lactating mothers and undersized bears.
We set the hunt later in the year so that the cubs would be as old as possible, so they're 8 to 9 months old. And again, there are lots of studies, and at least one of those shows that the survival rate of cubs with mothers versus cubs that have been abandoned are very similar.
Meanwhile, FWC also says investigations are open to look into concerns about baiting and undersized bears. But overall, the FWC says compliance was high, and officials hope to continue the hunt in future years. Taylor Trache, WUFT News. A dream for one Ocala music director has finally come to life, and tomorrow he can share it with the Ocala community. The noise of construction has come to an end, and in its place, a new sound begins to form. After construction began on the Riley Arts Center 7 months ago, opening day is now here, and excitement is in the air.
It's a different venue, so I mean, I think it's exciting to be in a new building, and again, a building that's it's made for groups like this.
The Riley Arts Center will become the home of the Ocala Symphony Orchestra, where they'll rehearse and perform. And today is the first time they could practice in their new home, a major upgrade from their last one.
The Ocala Symphony used to play was a venue that was designed to auction off horses, which we loved being there. It was a lot of fun, but at the same time it wasn't meant for music, it wasn't meant for those type of performances. So to say it's an upgrade is kind of an understatement. It's really just getting something that our community needs, so we're excited.
The Riley Arts Center has been 3 years in the making. And after months of construction, guests can finally walk through these doors and enjoy a night of music. Today, Wardell and crew spent the day putting finishing touches in preparation for tomorrow's opening night. And what started as an idea for Wardell years ago has finally come to life.
I don't have children, but I feel like now I'm about to have one, and in this process of being here every day and picking out little things and seeing it all come together, it's like I'm extremely proud of the building, and I can't wait for other people to be proud of what they have, so it's emotional, and it's nice.
Aside from being a home to the Ocala Symphony Orchestra, the facility also looks to host other groups and venues as well. Later this month, it will feature a finalist from Last Comic Standing and more.